Yeah. Yo, what time the plane leaving? Right. See you at the airport. Hey. I'm leaving on the next plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you know I'll never go. Even though you know I will, I'm a traveling man, moving through places, space and time.
What's up, everybody? I'm back again on another 4-day. I'm on a 4-day trip this time and not a 5-day. I had 1 day off, so kind of got back to it. I went somewhere on my day, on my day off. But I'm working with somebody who is super senior. So we'll see how that goes. Today it's not an early start. It's really a late start. The flight doesn't leave out till 3 o'clock. I'm not done until 10 o'clock Central Time. So, but anybody who works in it, some senior people can be cool. Some can be like, you don't know.
Thomas, did you bring this on?
Yes. So you know how that goes. But we'll see how it goes. Really not a hard day. I do have to go to the cold because I'm going to basically doing 2 turns to Wisconsin. One to Appleton, and my last turn is to Green Bay. So I'm overnighting in Green Bay tonight. So I guess I'll see you guys in Green Bay. And I'm working aft, and it's not as a rush of service because it's a longer flight. But but I'll see you guys in Green Bay. What's up, everybody? Just got to my room here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Forewarn you, it's not one of our better rooms that we do have here with the company, but so a little room tour. Most of our hotel rooms, we do get bathroom, just a basic standard bathroom. We do most of our hotels do give us a refrigerator and microwave. Again, most. Just my sitting area, things like that, and TV. Like I said, it's not the most romantic or sexy room that we do have. It is 10:10 Central Time, so like I said, it's a late finish for me today. Tomorrow I don't have a really early report, so I can get up and eat breakfast tomorrow here because they do have free breakfast. What I'm about to do is go work out for about 35-45 minutes, no matter what, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna tell you once I'm done about my workout regimen, what I do, how I do it, and some funny stuff that happened today on the flight. What's up, everybody? I'm back from my workout tonight. As I was saying, that what I would do is explain my workout. So what I do is, no matter what day of the week it is, always day one is always chest, arms, legs, like as far as squats. So I always do something, I always work out some part of my legs any day that I work out. Day 2 is always going to be shoulders and back, and like some type of leg work, whether it's lunges or curls or something like that, or just wall sits. Then day 3 would always be like the top part of your chest, incline dumbbell press, something like that. And still, again, something working with my legs. I do sit-ups every day as well, so I don't want nobody to think I'm just ignoring my core. And then if I do get a 4th day, it's always like the middle chest from like incline press and things like that. Now, I'm not a workout coach or anything like that. I just do stuff that that I feel just it does the results that I wanted to do as far as getting toned and just pretty much staying in shape for the most part. But also today, so I said I was gonna tell you something that's funny. So As my flight coming to Green Bay, I'm going through the aisle, to check to make sure everybody has their seatbelt on. This guy is sitting in eggs row, which I could clearly tell he needs a seatbelt extender because, of his size or whatever. So I guess he was hoping that I'll walk by and not notice. I said, "Sir, I need for you to put on your seatbelt for me, please." He's like, "Oh, okay." So I'll go back, and then walk back again. So now he's sitting there with his jacket sitting across his lap as if he's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't have on a seatbelt. As if we haven't seen that move before by a lot of people who are bigger and know that they need a seatbelt extender to sit in eggs row. And the reason you can't have a seatbelt extender in the eggs row because it's a safety hazard. In case of an emergency, if the seatbelt extender is sitting in the aisle, people can trip over it. So that's why you can't sit in the exit row with a seatbelt extender. So I tried not to laugh at him, because he looked so silly, just trying to kind of one of those, "Please pass me, please pass me." And I said, "Sir, do you need a seatbelt extender? Because I know your seatbelt is not on." And he's like, "Yeah." So I said, "Sir, you cannot sit here. I will have to move you to a regular seat to give you a seatbelt extender." And yeah, that was just funny the way he was looking to see if I was just hoping pass by. And on top of that, he didn't even have his belt buckled. Like his belt didn't even buckle around him all the way, or he just had it unbuckled or whatever. Another thing that I saw today, type of person I am, this is, switching subjects. I get excited when I see people that I know, especially my classmates that I went to training with, do great things, go traveling, things like that. Classmate of mine, she did Paulette Washington's makeup tonight, and I think that's her second time doing the makeup for her, which, if you don't know who Paulette Washington is, that is Denzel's wife. Yes, Denzel Washington's wife. And, I tell everybody, it's enough success in this world for everybody to go around. So, especially if I know you and I've seen what, I know what you do, I'm gonna be excited for you no matter what it is. If you're traveling, I always get excited when I see somebody from my class going someplace, traveling, or anything like that on Facebook or Instagram. Just like a classmate of mine, she got a CJO from Mainline, and I'm happy for her. Even though I applied and I got a thanks but no thanks, but I'm not salty at her for getting it. No, it's not. I'm not like that. I get excited and I'm happy for everyone who is succeeding in life and doing the best that they can. And like I said, it's enough for everybody. It's enough success. I tell everybody, if you want to start a YouTube vlog, do it. Whether it's the same content or not, you got to think about it. Look at how many different brands of meat there is from chicken, or look how many different brands of bread there are, or washing powder, or anything that still put themselves on the shelf. There's not one brand of anything that I can think of, but there's not just one brand or one thing of anything in this world anymore. There's multiple of everything. And I'm gonna tell you, everybody, if whatever you want to do in life, always go for it, because you'll never know if it will succeed or fail if you never tried it. You never try to do it. And that's how I look at it. With that. But I'm very excited for my classmate. She was a makeup artist before she started this job. And, just to see, what she's doing, clientele and everything like that. It's just exciting because you know somebody, and I just get excited, and I'm glad she's succeeding and doing the things, that makes her happy as well. Again, just be happy for people, especially if you know them. Just like I was happy for my brother when he started doing photography. Never done it in his life before, never talked about it. All of a sudden, he started taking pictures. Guess what I did? Made a hashtag for him, and boom, he's been doing it, I want to say 2 years now, if not a little bit less. But that's pretty much my day today. Little thoughts that I have on today. Tomorrow's gonna be my longer day of this 4-day trip. I go from Green Bay to Minneapolis, Cincinnati, Boston, Boston, Buffalo. I think I end in Buffalo at like 11 tomorrow night. Oh yeah, and I get to work first class. So, you know, I get to work first class and all this. But yeah, it's late. I'm not tired, but I'm gonna try to lay down because I don't want to be up too late to try to get up and eat breakfast and everything like that. But hopefully, Lord willing, I'll wake up in the morning. So I'll see you all tomorrow.
Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? Slept really, really well last night, and yeah, I feel refreshed this morning. You know, being able to get to sleep in. Actually, it's 8:23 a.m. I'm pretty sure it's cold here in Green Bay, but I didn't realize how tired I was last night. After I was watching what I recorded last night, I was like, dang, I'm really sleepy. But I didn't feel sleepy. As soon as I laid in the bed, I promise you, I literally probably fell asleep within 5 minutes. I didn't realize I was that tired. But your boy finna go get him some breakfast. I won't have any time today until this evening because I do have a 2-hour sit in Cincinnati to be able to get something to eat. So I'm gonna get breakfast. And also, I encourage everybody, if you in a place somewhere, take advantage of the breakfast because you never know how your day is gonna be, especially with this job. And if you're on reserve, it may say, oh, you're going home at such and such time, but it could change at any moment. So you're not gonna eat breakfast. Take advantage of the breakfast. Please take advantage of the breakfast and yeah, do that. And what I forgot to tell you all yesterday is my flying partner, she is super senior, but she is really, really, really cool and down to earth. She was telling me about her trip that her and her husband, she just came off of a 2-week vacation. Her and her husband went to Tel Aviv. They stayed in Jerusalem. They stayed pretty much in a lot of places in Israel, and she was just telling me about how dope it is, and she showed me some pictures and things like that. And one thing I do like about people who've been in this industry a long time, they've been to certain places that you probably never even heard of. So I like to ask a lot of senior people, hey, so tell me some places, unique places that you've been that, you know, maybe I've never heard of. Of course, she couldn't remember anything, but one time I asked a guy that I happened to work with just because I was on reserve. He's been here 11 years. He told me he went to some place called the Faroe Islands. Until he told me about the Faroe Islands, I don't think I've really ever heard of the Faroe Islands, which I may have, but at that particular time I couldn't remember. But the Faroe Islands is part of Denmark. It's right off the coast of Denmark. But if you don't know about the Faroe Islands, take a look at them. You know, it's not a place. One thing it's not a place for if you're looking for a bunch of attractions. It's more so for scenery. But I'm gonna come back with y'all. Finna go eat breakfast. Yeah. What's up, everybody? It's a new day. This is day 3 of 4. Sorry about last night. Yesterday we were delayed I was delayed for 4 hours. So what happened, I went to Cincinnati, had a 2.5 hour sit before my next flight from Cincinnati to Boston. And, you know, I just went to the food court area, sat down, and I was just watching, you know, Hulu or whatever. So when I noticed that it was about time to go to the flight, I walked over to the gate. You know, I kind of looked around and noticed that there wasn't a lot of people around. So I was, you know, just making sure I was at the right gate. And then my flying partner, she walks up to me and was like, yeah, you know we're delayed, right? And I was like, oh, no, I didn't know that. So we were delayed, and she was kind of, one thing about working with senior people, especially senior mamas, and you know, they get really frustrated really, really, really quick. So it turns out our incoming flight was delayed in Dallas. I'm assuming because of weather. And yesterday turned into a 14-hour day. And what I mean, she was crabby the last 2 legs of our flight, just complaining about, oh, this is a 14-hour day, 14-hour day, 14-hour day. Me, it didn't really bother me so much as far as being a 14-hour day. This is probably like my second 14-hour day within a year and 9 months. I've worked a 16-hour day before, but when I say work, meaning you're just on duty, not actually physically working the full 14 hours or 16 hours. You're just actually on duty. Majority of the time when you work in, your day ends up being 14 to 16 hours, you're pretty much delayed. So you're sitting around doing nothing, and a lot of people, that's frustrating to them, and they get tired. Me, I just balled up in the corner in one of the chairs and just went to sleep. So that's what I do. And not everybody can do that, and not everyone can just fall asleep. But I suggest if you're not in this business and you want to, learn to fall asleep anywhere, especially if you have breaks in between flights, especially when you have early morning reports. Those little 10, 15, 20 minute power naps does wonders. And I know everybody can't do that, but yeah. So that's how my day went yesterday. It didn't bother me so much as far as we got to our hotel. We got done about 1 in the morning when we were supposed to get done at 11, possibly 10 something. So, it's just one of those things. It's part of the business, and a lot of people, they don't like that. They don't like being delayed, and But like I said, it's not very often. I should say for me, in my instance, that I've actually been delayed that much. So I can't speak for everybody else. I can just say for me, this is probably like my third time ever actually hitting 16 to 14 hours within a year and 9 months. But my van is in about 15 minutes to go to the airport. I have 2 legs today, Buffalo to LaGuardia, and then a 3-hour flight from LaGuardia to Fort Myers, Florida. So, and then my flying partner, that's where she's from. That's the reason why she picked this trip up. That's where she lives. So she's not even gonna go to the hotel. So technically when we get there, she goes home. She finna just go home, and cause tomorrow is actually just a deadhead back to Atlanta. And we're not working it. So she just like, I'm gonna just stay home. So henceforth the reason why she picks up these trips. But this life is not all glamorous like people think or want to think. There are some bad days. There are some bad times where, like I said, like today, the delays happen. As far as me, like I said, I'm not that picky. It doesn't really bother me too bad to where I'm just up in arms about it. It's a 14-hour day. Cool, I get it. Some people don't like it. Some people love it. Some people don't care. I'm probably one of those people that really don't care that it turns into a 14-hour day, because it didn't affect my rest either way, because our report time is not until 5:15 in the afternoon. So I had plenty of time to sleep all day, which I did just about. And I went and worked out before, I took a shower and got dressed and get ready for this flight. So just like any job, it's all on what you make it. I'm not a big complainer. You're not going to really hear me complain about too much of anything when it comes down to working, or even complain about coworkers, because everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And, I'm the type of person, I'm very open to everybody's opinion and listen to what you have to say. And I'll let you say your opinion. And, because I think that's what makes, us who we are, is that who wants to be around somebody that agrees with everything you say and don't have any type of opinion of their own or any kind of different view? I like learning about. I will always ask, so why did you do that, or why do you feel that way, this and that. I don't want nobody to say, oh yeah, you're right, Thomas. No, it doesn't work that way, because that's not the way of the world. But I like my flying partner. She reminds me of my great grandmother. She just, even though she talks and talks and talks a lot about different stories about her, things that her and her husband, like she just randomly was telling me, her husband was remodeling their home. It didn't bother me. She reminded me of my great grandmother, because my great grandmother used to tell me stories about her childhood and things that she was doing. So, I kind of enjoy it, because she brought up a memory that
I haven't thought about in a while because I lost my great grandmother when I was 15. So I sit there in the galley and I like listening to, just her going on and on about different stuff or whatever. And, telling me about her trips and things that her and her husband did, a 2 week cruise. Some flight attendants, they don't like that. Me, I like learning about people, and because it just tells you, a lot about them and where they are and where they're coming from. And it's to pass the time. I mean, it makes long flights seem short. But I'll see you all tonight when I get to my hotel in Fort Myers. I gotta go catch this van. Don't want to make no one late. What's up, everybody? Made it to my room here in Fort Myers, and it wasn't an eventful flight, but it's a lot of stuff that happened or could have happened. Reason why I try to avoid LaGuardia. So as soon as we get to LaGuardia from Buffalo, which wasn't a long flight, it was like a 45-minute flight, we have like 6 wheelchairs. So LaGuardia is the only place I know where they have 2 planes come into the same gate, and none of them are gibberish. It's a hard stand, and a hard stand is where you have to use the steps to go down. And so we have 6 wheelchairs. Of course, one lady said she couldn't go down the steps she needs, so we had to wait for the lift. Then, for whatever reason, the wheelchair system, they didn't bring the straight back because you can't put a wheelchair on the lift. We get her in there. Her daughter's with her. And she was like, well, she needs the lift. I need the lift too. I was like, I said, you need the lift? And she was like, yeah, I can't walk down the steps with all these bags. I said, oh. So I'm like, why would you walk down the steps with the bags? I said, let me have your bags. And I just walked down the steps with her. And it just caused pretty much, we were waiting on them to get off the plane for 45 minutes. But again, goes into what I say. It's not all peaches and cream. It's not all glamorous. Especially going into New York, it could be delays. It could be anything. But luckily for me, tomorrow I'm finna get up early, like 3:30, so I can get on this first flight back home instead of waiting for the deadhead at 10. Just give me some extra hours. Crew scheduling won't deadhead me on the first flight because per FAA regulation, we have to have a rest has to be a certain amount of time, and it will go in reduced rest, and they can't go against that contractually and FAA, but I can do it on my own if I want to. So no matter what you say to crew scheduling, no matter what you want to do, they have to follow by the rules. Like, I can't work more than 6 days without 24 hours off. Regardless if I tell them, look, I don't care about that, I don't care, they can't do it legally. So I have to try to get home on my own, which it's enough seats for me to get on. But one problem is I have to Uber my way to the airport because the hotel shuttle doesn't start running until 6 o'clock. First flight leaves at 6 o'clock. But and I have one day off, so this also gives me more time to be at home and then another full day off. So technically I'll get home about 9, and technically I still have all of Saturday to do whatever I want. Then I'm off on Sunday, so it's almost like I have 2 days off instead of just one. But yeah. Oh, my flying partner, she lives in Fort Myers, so she didn't even bother to come to the hotel. She went home, so she could be with her husband. But I enjoy flying with her. I would fly with her again if I could. But like I told you before, she just brought back memories of my great grandmother that I really, not saying I never think about my great grandmother, but she made me think about her in depth with just her storytelling and just telling me about different things that's going on in her life. But always listen to people because you never know what kind of memory or what it is that they can teach you or bring back to you that you never thought of. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you. I'm finna go to bed because I have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30, which is 12:15 now. So, but thank y'all for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment. Tell me something that you want to hear, see, or do, and I got you.